how's it going? It's Mandy and I am back with another creepy video. And you know, I like to space my videos out, like my serious ones, my tea talks, my funny ones, and my creepy conspiracy theory paranormal ones, which you guys know I love and I know you guys love as well. So I kind of just wanted to break it up a little bit of all the serious tea talk ones and come at you with another creepy video just to keep things balanced, you know what I mean? I miss doing these videos, so let's just get right into it. So if you guys know me really well, you know that I love anything Disney related. I love Disney movies, I love Disney World, I really want to go. I went when I was a little kid, but I don't remember a lot of it, but I really want to go back. I love creepy conspiracy theories about Disney movies, about Disney World, and you know what? I love hearing about the Disney park ghosts. And not just like the Disney park ghosts, but like the conspiracy theories underlining those. And there are like truth to a lot of these, and some of them are just urban legends. You can decide on your own though. So without further ado, let's get into Disney park ghosts or Disney park conspiracy theories, urban legends, whatever you guys see this as, but let's get right into it. So the very first one that I'm gonna do is the Walt Disney ghost. If you are well versed in Disney lore, you're probably already aware of the fact that there's an apartment above the firehouse on Main Street at Disneyland. During construction on the park, which began on July 16th, 1954, with opening day following, just a year later on July 17th, 1955, Walt Disney, the man himself, wanted a place to stay on the property. It wasn't large, just about 500 square feet, but it was convenient for those late nights and early mornings as Walt oversaw the Disney dream coming to life. As a tribute to Walt, a light is always left on in the apartment's front window. But according to legend, this wasn't always the case. It's said that one day a cast member looking after the apartment tried to turn the light off before leaving. However, when she came back later, the light had turned on again. According to one version, she actually left the building, noticed the light on upstairs, went back up to turn it off, went back downstairs, noticed it on again, and even unplugged the lamp, only to find it, you guessed it, on again, and she went downstairs. The last time she went up there to deal with the light, it said that she heard a voice, Walt maybe, saying, "I'm still here." The light in the window has reportedly been left on ever since, so if you go there today, it should be on. Next is the Boy in the Haunted Mansion, California edition. So this is like Disneyland. At Disneyland in California, legend has it that a little boy's mother spread his ashes in the haunted mansion without getting the park's permission to do so. Ever since then, he's allegedly been heard periodically crying for his mother at the end of the ride. He's apparently been spotted at Pirates of the Caribbean too, which is right next door to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. Apparently this is like an actual problem that Disney World and Disneyland have to deal with all the time, is that people will spread their ashes of loved ones all over the park, and because it's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, and let's say it's like children that have passed over, they want their ashes scattered in the park, which could lead to a lot of activity, as you can imagine. So the park, you know, managers, the people that run the park are very, very, very strict about this policy. They do not want that. They forbid it. If you are caught doing that, they will ask you to leave. But people do it. People still do it. And there is a picture, you guys, of this little boy. Basically, like, the background of this was supposed to be a man was riding the haunted mansion, and there was nobody in front of him or any people in front of him, let alone a little boy. And when he took out his camera to take a picture, I think it was an accident. He didn't mean to even take a picture at all. And when he got back to his hotel room and he looked on his camera and he saw like the little boy like looking back right at him, and it's pitch black in there. So this little boy was literally staring right at the camera, and it's so unnerving. It's so creepy. But cast members have said that they hear a little boy giggling and mimicking the hurry back lady after the ride shuts down at night. Someone got decapitated on Disney World's Space Mountain, and I've literally heard this, so I don't know if it's true or not. Legend has it that a man stood up on the coaster and got his head cut off. Though this has been debunked, a man did stand up on Disneyland's Matterhorn in 1964, hitting his head, which resulted in his death. And they say that in that ride, Matterhorn, whenever like cast members or people who are running the rides, you know, do their nightly routines to see if everything's good, everything's okay, they say that they feel somebody watching them, or they feel like they're being followed. The characters on Disneyland's It's a Small World ride come to life even when unplugged. Cast members often swear that they see the dolls blink or appear in different places than the day before. And there's a lot of creepy stuff that goes on with the It's a Small World ride. You know, it's always glitching, it's always shutting down. It's a creepy vibe. The song is just like something that I could honestly experience in hell, like just that song over and over and over and over again. And there is actually a really creepy story behind this It's a Small World, and I'm gonna read it to you, like, and show you the picture so that you guys can see that how freaky it is. In 1999, my family visited Disneyland. We happily rode the Small World ride. I was 12 at the time and my sister was 6. We loved every moment and our parents smiled with nostalgia. At one time near the end, some lights suddenly shut off and rear lights illuminated the ceiling. The moving display parts shut off and crew members wearing red overalls walked along them to help passengers in the boats onto the stages to direct them out of the building via emergency exits. A voice came over the loudspeakers. Disneyland thanks you for your visit. Please evacuate and the attraction in an orderly fashion. Keep looking forward and follow the direction of the staff. Thank you. The staff wouldn't tell us much as they quickly ushered us out of the building. Ambulances were outside and a police car was parked in the main walkway. At the time, my mother had still had her camera out and snapped a few photos of the crewmen and close-ups of the mechanical children. She snapped a few last-minute photos of whatever. This was the last photo on the reel, aimed at the ceiling of the attraction. And actually, I'm not going to post a video because I don't know if this is real or not, but I'll post in the description a link to this story and the picture that is included. And it looks like somebody had hanged themselves at the top of the It's a Small World ride. It kind of looks like one of the mechanical children just being hung there, which is also creepy in itself, but you guys can decide for yourselves, I guess. The ghost of a former employee haunts Disney World's Tower of Terror. The story goes like this. A cast member had a heart attack while loading guests onto the ride and died in the building. His spirit haunts the ride now. Platform D is a supposed spooky spot that current employees are scared of. Guys, this is so creepy, this next one. The Seance book in Disney World's Haunted Mansion was originally a real 14th century book of witchcraft. Cast members had the hardest time keeping the book in an upright position. The table would often be turned over or the book would be somewhere else. They finally had to replace it after it went missing and it still hasn't been found today. So it's somewhere in the Haunted Mansion, but nobody knows where it is. That is so creepy. I knew about this when I went, which was years ago, but this story has been going around for so long, and that is the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World is haunted by a spirit named George. And this is a story like by one of the people that experienced it. My sister's roommate did the college program, and she said that if they didn't say good morning, George, and good night, George, at the beginning and end of the day, respectively, the ride would shut down and they'd have problems with it all day. And I believe that this is true because I've heard it's very, very, very well known and it's very common. A teen drowned trying to swim from Tom Sawyer Island back to the main Disneyland park. 2 brothers snuck out and hid on the island until park closing. They tried swimming back to the main park, the older with the younger on his back, but the older went under. They found his body the next morning. I think this is a true one. A ghost used to haunt the People Mover in Orlando, which would cause the ride to shut down all the time. A young kid died on the ride by jumping from car to car. We swear his spirit haunted the stockroom and he'd open the emergency exit doors on the track that were locked. And that's from a former cast member. A cast member was crushed between the walls of Disneyland's America Sings ride. This was one of the most tragic events in Disney park history. After the incident in 1974, the ride was rebranded to the Carousel of Progress and eventually shut down altogether. There's been a lot of deaths at Disney World. Disneyland has a strange ghost who can sometimes be seen running along the monorail track. And I think this is true because I've heard this so many times. While the ghost part may not be true, a man did die after trying to sneak into the park in 1966. Thomas Cleveland climbed a wall onto the monorail track. When spotted by security, he bolted and was hit by the monorail. But people see his ghost on the monorail all the time. Woo, I just got chills. The spirit of a man haunts Disneyland's Space Mountain, and sometimes people see him fall off the ride. And this is written by a former cast member. Mr. Wedway died while helping build the ride and never got to see it finished. Sometimes he'll ride next to you. When I worked at Disney, we'd have guests screaming that there was a guy next to them on the ride who was there but fell out. I don't think I've ever ridden a ride by myself. I would be so scared to do that, but can you imagine that happening? A man died of a heart attack while riding Disney World Haunted Mansion because it was too terrifying. People speculated that this was the reason for the delayed opening of the ride, but the unfortunate true reason was Walt Disney's death in 1966. There's an abandoned water park at Disney World, and allegedly music still plays over the loudspeakers. It was called River Country and was open from 70s until 2001. People who've documented their explorations of the park in recent years have dealt heavy repercussions from the Disney company. Why would they still play music there? That's so creepy, like what the heck? And the last conspiracy theory is Walt Disney was suspected to use Club 33 for Freemason or, you know, Illuminati meetings. Many people thought Walt Disney was a member of the Freemasons, a group that in many conspiracy theories is believed to be run by the Illuminati, in an attempt to establish the New World Order. Creepy! And that actually isn't surprising to me because think about how successful Disney is and how like big of a brand and a company that they are, and every single person in the world knows about it and how much money they have and just everything. And think about all of the subliminal messaging they have through their movies and how it's mostly like directed at young, impressionable minds. I don't know, guys, this is just the theory. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like these kinds of videos, click that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because I do make videos every single week. And I love you guys so much. Bye!